Hey folks, here's that pickups video I've been promising you for a while.
Hey kid, yeah, you. Everyone thinks toys are fun, but this is a channel for adults. Yeah, I said it. If you're under the age of 18, go get your parents before you come in here. If you're under the age of 13, scram. Let's get on with the show.
Before I get started, I want to address something right off the bat. I've made videos in the past about how I feel about repros, and I just flat out, I'm a fan of repros, and some of what you will see here does contain repros. If that bothers you, go away. For the rest of you, let's have some fun. So I am going to get right into this because I want to show you what I have, and I do have an unboxing for you. Something that obviously I knew was coming. I did check the box to make sure that what I ordered was in it, but I haven't opened the whole thing, and I have not seen the object in its entirety, and I think you'll be impressed, or at least happy for me. At least I hope so. So here we go. When last I left you on my Superpowers collection, I'd received just a couple figures, and I was showing you how to bag them. Now I have everything out in front of me that I received that has either come since then or has had something added to it to complete it. And I have them all laid out here in front of me, so I'm just going to show them one by one. This is my complete Hawkman. He arrived with everything but the mace, and I did buy that mace from Yojo, and it's perfect. Nothing more to it. One thing I will say about Hawkman, though, is that getting the mace in his hand, it's a little harder than it should be. So he's never putting that mace down. I have no reason for him to put that mace down. It's staying in his hand. So Yojo, thank you so much. He's looking fairly minty, shiny, no major damage, and being complete like this, hell, he looks way better than he has any right to be for a Hawkman his age. Next up here is Batman. I received him after the last Superpowers video, and I also received a repro cape for him. You're going to notice this cape is a lot longer than what is standard for a Batman, but I like it that way because it looks a lot more, it looks more like Batman to me. Not to mention that it does call out that it is in fact reproduction. That way no one can say, what are you doing? But I love the thing. I love this cape so much. It feels like the original material, and everything fits the way that it should, and it's just a beautiful piece. So, Cape Master, you are amazing at what you do. Thank you. Here is my complete Robin, and he's complete in one go. This is his original cape that came with him when I bought him, and I like Robin's shorter cape on this version. I am considering getting another Robin and getting a custom longer cape for him, more of the Tim Drake style, and maybe painting up that figure to look more like a Tim Drake, because I really like that version of the costume a lot better. And I recently acquired some paint pens to make that happen. And I gotta be honest, without Toy Polloi, I wouldn't have thought of that. So we'll see. Robin's not the most expensive figure out there, and because of that, I think it's something I'm willing to take the plunge on moving forward. The reason I got the pens, honestly, was because you'll see there's a little bit missing in his hair, and it would take just a few quick to make that happen. And yeah, I'm very stoked. His action is fine. It's fine. But he looks great. It's going to display wonderfully. Here is my Superman that you saw before, also with a repro cape. Still from Cape Master. The material, again, feels almost exactly, if not exactly, like the original. And he's got an emblem on the back. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out what material it's made of or how it's affixed, but it is perfect. It doesn't look like it's going to peel, and it's just beautiful. And I am probably going to touch up the S a little bit. I'm a little worried about it, to be honest with you. But he also has some some hair work that needs to be done as well. A little bit on his boots too. Nothing crazy, but it'd be worth to do a little bit of touch up and see where he's at. And I think that'll be a separate video once I, get the courage up to open those pens up and tear into these. We'll see. This is a near complete penguin. It's got his tail, and I do have the top for the umbrella, but of course I'm lacking the handle. Now, spoiler alert, I do have a complete penguin on the way, and I'll go into that a little bit more later. But this guy's in pretty good shape. He needs a good wash. He's a dirty penguin. But having more than one, not a bad thing. This is a good figure. This I'm very happy about. This is a complete Joker. Arrived in this bag, and I'm not going to take him out until I'm ready to display him, because this is the exact kind of packaging that I would have done, the same kind of bag I would have used, but it's sealed. I don't have a reason to take him out right now. But everything's in great shape. He's got his tail, his coat tails, and he's got his hammer, which looks really good. He's clean, really clean, and I don't really see any paint damage on him at all. And he came with one of those custom superpower stands, which I don't like the custom ones that have the logo on the bottom. Like, the stands that I like tend to be a bit more nondescript. So what I'm probably going to do with this one is, cut the peg off, do something with it to where I can turn the stand into some sort of a placard that I can put in front of my stuff. We'll see how that works out, but it's an idea. Now, I know you see this box here, and it's pretty big. I went a little nuts, guys. Just a little. I'm going to preface this by saying that the person who sold me this gave me an extremely fair deal. This was out of their personal collection. They were the first and only owner of this. And even on the listing on eBay, it stated that they had hand washed this item, got it is looking as best as they possibly could. And between those factors and the fact that the price was as good as it was, no regrets. Let me show you. So right off the bat, there's some handwritten stuff on the inside. Also on the outside, it has fragile all over the box, which I appreciated. You can also see that right off the bat, there's some writing right inside of here. It says thank you, and it's talking about one of the pieces that is packed separately to avoid damage, so that I don't freak out when I am missing it. And without prompting, this individual included a Joker panel. So the ID card. These are not the easiest things to come by in good condition. I really appreciate them giving me that. They didn't have to do that. And there's a lot of newspaper in here, so it's going to take me a second. I'm sure some of you know exactly what this is. This is my Hall of Justice. All the clips are intact. There's almost no stress on them at all. Let me see if I can show you that. And although there are a few scuffs here and there, the outside's in very good shape. Again, I haven't opened this yet. I only know it from pictures. I've been waiting 2 weeks to do this, so. Oh, wow. That is clean. That is so clean. Now, the piece that is separate is the control panel here, which I have in a bag, which I'll show you in a moment. We'll open the other side here as quickly as I can. I don't want to force anything, because who knows how long it's been closed, you know? Oh. Everything in there is really crisp. It's a little bit little bit of wrinkles on that back card, but that's just age, I think. And forgot about this part. He even included the Wonder Woman ID card in there, which again, not easy to find. Wow, that's in good shape. Damn. I am just beside myself, folks. Without disclosing anything, the deal I got on this was for about half of what you'd normally pay for this on eBay in this condition. The only pieces that are missing are the landing pad and the ramp that comes with it. And I know those are the hardest to find. But now that you see the condition of this, I'm sure you will agree it's worthy. Because the only way you're going to get better condition than this is to have a boxed one, for the most part. But I love the idea that someone owned this, and they played with it, took care of it, and then made sure another dedicated collector got their hands on it. So, Stone Cold, if you're watching, thank you. I'm going to have a link to Stone Cold's eBay page right here in the description. They did not ask for any kudos. When this transaction was made, they didn't even know I had a YouTube channel. We've had some discussions since, and I have purchased some other items from them, and we have a pretty good working relationship. I really enjoy them, and I appreciate them. Let's go ahead and get this control center out of the bag. Now, I thought that there was some damage on this, but it's just some stuff that was already on the bag. This is nice. Look at this. Very clean. Granted, this is a difficult piece to like break, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there. Oh, that's perfect. Man, oh man. For some reason, my memory is that as a kid, you could fold that up. Oh, I did find a piece missing that I didn't realize was missing. That's okay. I have something to look for. Let me show you. The bottom here either has a plate or a sticker or both. It might just be a piece of cardboard. I'm not sure. I have seen it. I'll have to look it up. But if it's the piece I'm thinking of, it's not expensive and I'm okay with it. So, okay, 3 pieces. But what I was getting at was that as a kid, I seem to remember that when you would fold this up, that you could have this attached. And I just dropped that, but that's all right. I don't remember that. I don't remember where I would have kept it as a kid. What would make sense to me? But that's the joy. I'll figure it out. So I did find that if you put the control center inside of the computer center that's right here on this side of the blue centerpiece over here, it fit just fine. But I understand why Stone Cold packed it separately, and I appreciate it. There you go. That's what I have so far. And Stone Cold, thank you so much. This is great. The Hall of Justice really was my holy grail. I had balked at the prices that I was seeing, and I was like, it's going to be a while before I can afford that. So I was starting to build things up, and I saw his listing, and that was that. And the stuff that's coming is pretty cool too. The only spoiler I will give you is that Penguin is coming, and he is complete, and it is from Stone Cold. There's other stuff coming, some of which I don't even know what it is, some of which I do. But this is getting pretty darn thick in a good way. I am not very far away from having that complete first series that I've talked about. So before you know it, as long as I find the right deals, I'm going to have that complete first run set of Superpowers collection that I want. And then after that, I'll grab here and there what I want. I am after a Dark Side Destroyer. I've got a few that I've been keeping my eye on, and a lot of people talk trash on that, but I had it as a kid. I loved that thing. And, you know, yeah, it was a vehicle, But if you configured it a certain way and put it on its side, it could be almost like a little fortress. So I used it like that a lot. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one of those, but that would mean I have to get Darkside. I already have Steppenwolf, so my brain's kind of leaning into a couple more of the figures from the second series. I don't need all of them, and there are some that I really want to get my hands on. Green Arrow, I will tell you, is notoriously hard to find complete. I do not want to pay an arm and a leg, and you can't even get repros of the bow and arrows. I can't find anyone that actually does them, and if I could find those, in a heartbeat, just find a good base figure, get the arrows and the bow, have done with it. But he's not a priority. I'm still going through the figures that I had that I actually liked, and then from there, once I have all of those figures and just the very few that I didn't have that I actually wanted, that's it for me. Series 3 I don't care about. I did have Plastic Man as a kid, and he's Plastic Man. I don't have any affinity to that character. I don't have a particularly fond memory attached to getting him, and he was cool to just kind of sit there. There wasn't a lot going on for me with that character, and that's the only Series 3 character I can think of off the top of my head that I really would have wanted. Mr. Freeze, maybe, but the fact is, I can get a mint on card version of him from Toy Biz, which looks just fine, which is probably what I'll do. Some of the characters that are really hard to find that are also desirable have decent looking figures from the Toy Biz line that I'd be happy to display alongside my original Superpower stuff. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But this journey really is just beginning, in as much as once you have what you want, then you have to make sure it's restored and it's complete and you have everything you want. There is a seller on Etsy that has compiled a volume of all the first run comic books in a large format. They scanned them in and got everything nice in a hardcover edition, and I'm going to grab that. And I have a feeling that once I get that in my hands, collecting the mini comic books just isn't going to be a priority for me at all, because I just want to read them. I remember those comic books and they were really good. So, the bio cards, there's enough scans of them online that I don't necessarily need to have them. There are reproduction ones of those that are not terribly expensive, and if I get the itch, I might get those. But I'm not looking for mint on card anything for this collection, for this particular collection. I'm not looking for this is not a monetary investment for me. This is me reclaiming something from my childhood that I loved with all of my heart. And not having them over the years has not been a great time. Being able to get them back, and get them back under circumstances like what I did with Stone Cold, being the second owner of these, feels good. Now, all of these are from him, obviously, but just knowing that the centerpiece of that collection, that Hall of Justice, came from somebody who had that as a child and loved it and clearly took good care of it, feels good, man. Feels good. Thank you so much for watching this. If you like it, you know what to do. Look for similar videos coming very soon. I have a small update on my Marvel Legends collection so far, just to give you an idea of where I'm at. And obviously we have one coming for Masters of Universe Origins. I have been getting a lot of that stuff. I've been very lucky to find some of the stuff that I have, but I am going to wait until this next wave of stuff that I've ordered arrives, which should be in a few days to a week or so. So videos will vary between now and then, and we'll take it as it comes. But you will find that I take somewhat similar approaches to the vintage and the newer stuff. Although with the newer stuff, I am going a bit harder because it's more attainable at this point. Not by much, but it is. And we'll talk about that in future videos. If you want, I can probably do a video just talking about my philosophy on Motu Origins prior to you actually seeing everything that I've gotten. If that's something you'd want, let me know. Let me know below. And we'll certainly make that happen. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. and may all of your grinds be merry. You guys have really pumped me up to keep doing this, and it's so much fun. Cheers.